Well, hey there, it's Catherine from CatherinePooler.com. Welcome to our video hop celebrating the Unsinkable collection release. In this video, I'm going to make a couple cards using some of the products from the Anchors Away bundle. I'm going to use the Refuse to Sink stamp set and the coordinating dies. I'll also pull in a few other things here and there. We created this stamp set with all the elements you need to make a gorgeous card like this with the anchor and all the sea foliage around it. There are also a ton of other ways to use the images in this set. So you can see here that anchor was paired with the Ahoy die. This die has so much detail and texture on it. It's absolutely stunning. Here it is with the anchor used as a background with a fun layer on top with the sentiment. And then here Erica made this one with the anchor paired with one of the stamp sets from the Under the Sea bundle. Now to start out this card, I'm using the Anchor die cut. So this die cut is made to cut out the stamped image, but you can use it with or without the stamped image. So I'm tapping it or dabbing it onto my Wow embossing pad to get it tacky so it will hold onto the embossing powder. I'm using Earthtone pepper and metallic copper, and I'm just sprinkling it on in a random manner. We did this recently in a YouTube live stream and experimented with it and had so much fun that I wanted to show it to you again on a video. So there's several ways you can do it. You can sprinkle it on in a random pattern like I did. Or you can just take another little container and actually mix it and shake it up and really get it mixed in. I like doing it like this because it's going to give you a rusty, old metal look. And so I'm heating it, and when you heat the embossing powder, it turns to a liquid. So then if you're quick and it's still hot, you can dip it into the embossing powder and get more embossing powder on there, and then continue to heat and dip and heat and dip. And then that kind of mixes your colors together, but not completely. So you still have some variation there in the different colors. So I encourage you to play with your embossing powders and see what other kind of combinations you can come up with. I had a really fun time playing with this, so maybe I'll do some more. So here's how it ended up. I think it looks amazing. And then I die cut this little rope, and it was created to wrap around that anchor. Isn't that adorable? I love it. So I'm just threading it around, and I'm going to end up later adding a little bit of glue to the back so that it'll stay. But this is the basis for my card now, and I have a couple stamped images here that I've already done. The It's a Boy flower, and then I did the Refuse to Sink in Juniper Mist on that banner. And then I need a couple more leafy, seaweedy things to go with it. So we'll take green tea, and I'm just going to stamp it right on that die cut. I always say a little prayer when I'm doing that because sometimes I don't get it on there straight, but this time I did okay. So I'm just going to tuck those underneath. You can add a few more flowers if you want, or just keep it simple with one or two. I'm just going to add a little liquid glue to all of my die cut pieces and set them aside and kind of assemble and glue down all at once. So I'll just tuck the sea foliage and the flower and all the little bits and pieces underneath the anchor and glue it down. And of course, it's up to you. If you want to have a flower on top of the anchor or in front of it, you can. I think that banner just really tops it off, and it's such a gorgeous look. So I want a little bit of patterned paper here as well. So I'm using this wavy stripe, and I just cut it. It's about, I don't know, an inch and two inches wide maybe. And my main panel is 5.5 by 3 3/4, so it gives just a little peek at that patterned paper on the sides. And then there's a little tiny heart in this set, and I thought it would be really cute to just to stamp it right on the side of the anchor like that. So the end result here is a really stunning card that is going to encourage and brighten anyone's day. So how about a clean and simple card? So I'm going to start out by embossing my sentiment. I'm going to do it in that metallic copper that I used on the anchor. I'm using the Misty and stamping it several times with the embossing pad just to ensure that I got good heavy coverage with the embossing ink. I'm going to cover it with the metallic copper embossing powder, just tap it off and then heat it, and it heats to a gorgeous copper shine. Next up, I'm going to do some stamping, but first I'm going to adhere this layer to another white piece of cardstock that is just a smidge bigger. I mean, like an eighth of an inch larger. When I did my heat embossing, the cardstock got warped just slightly. So adding that extra layer of cardstock is going to help it lay a little bit flatter. You could also like put it under something heavy for a while, or, you know, a lot of times I think it might be a little better to heat from underneath for a little bit, and I forget to do that. So, so then I have to do hacks like this, but it's fine. So I'm using the Pattern of the Ring stencil, which I absolutely love to use for a positioner like this because I cannot stamp in a straight line. And usually I do my stamping wonky on purpose, but I wanted this to be all straight and perfect. This tiny little anchor from this stamp set is so cute. So cute. Adorable. So I'm using Juniper Mist, which is the perfect navy, and just stamping them, obviously not on top of the sentiment. And then I thought I would do the little heart in rose petals in the little opening in between the circles. And my spacing and everything was pretty close to perfect with this stencil. So that was exciting. So this is a really clean and simple card. I'm just going to add it to a white card front, and I'm done. Well, almost done. I'm going to add one more little detail. So I have my two-way glue pen. This is the fine point, and I'm just dabbing a little bit of glue in the center of every heart. And then I'm taking the glass slipper glitter made for us by Wow, and it's a really gorgeous, clear, shimmery glitter. And I'm just going to add it to my little hearts, and then the hearts are glittery and shimmery, and they're just perfect. So be sure to hop, because this is a video hop, so in the description below you'll see the link for the next hopper. Comment on the videos for your chance to win, and all of these products are now in the shop, and you are going to be making some amazing nautical cards. If you're new here, I hope you'll subscribe, and I will see you soon.